you guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm gonna try not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to go. The nugget today is close the gap. Don't you hate it when you're following someone to a new destination and you leave a gap and then somebody gets in between you and the person that you're following? It's not too bad if it's a small car, because you can still see the person that you're following and you can see the lights, right? Whether it's green or red, right? But what happens when it's a big truck like a tractor trailer and it gets between you and the person you're following? You can't see which move they're making, right? And you can't see what? You can't see the signals. You can't see the red light or you can't see the green light. You just don't know. You just have to be behind that that irritation, that frustration, that blockage, right? Exactly. And when that truck finally moves out the way, you're saying, what? Oh my goodness, I'm lost. I don't even see them anymore. So you have to pick up your phone and call them, right? And say, hey, listen, I've got lost. Which way did you turn? And they'll tell you which way to go to get to where they are, so you can continue following them to get to the destination. Don't you know it's the same way with God? God is saying, close the gap. That's why he says, what? If you abide in him and his word abide in you, that means there is no gap. You are in sync with God. He said, then you can ask for whatever you will and it will be given, which means what? You will get to the destination that God has for you. But when you're not close enough to God, which means what? You don't have a seek on fleek. You're not in your word. You're not having a relationship with God, in other words. Then you're doing what? You're getting distractions. Not only distractions, you'll even get to a point to where you'll start following things that look like God. You'll think it's God because it has the look of God, but it's really not. That has happened before to me. When I was following my husband one time, y'all, in the Hummer, he was in the Hummer and I was in one of our other vehicles, and I was following my husband. And what happened was there was a gap and a big truck got in front of me. And so what happened, there I am, can't see where my husband is, but I'm behind this big truck. And then as soon as this truck moved, there's a car in front of me. It looks like our Hummer. So I'm just still following the Hummer. And then after a while I say, where's my husband taking us? I thought we were going home. Well, where is he going? And so I called my husband, pick up the phone and say, babe, I thought we were going home. He said, we are. And I said, so why are we on this street? He said, I don't know who you following, because I'm not on that street. Which means what? It looked like my husband, but it wasn't. And it was all because I got distracted, which means what? There was something that was in between me and my husband where I couldn't see that he had turned off. And that's what happens to us. You will find yourself following things that look like God, that sounds like God, that's imitating God, but it ain't. And you'll find yourself headed to the wrong destination. And God is saying, close the gap. Close the gap. Abide in God and let God's word abide in you. Then you'll get to the right destination. There will not be any distraction. That's what God said. Let nothing separate you from the love of God. The love of God is what? Obeying his commandments, hearkening unto his voice, having a relationship with him, which means what? There is no gap. Once you close the gap, which means you're in sync with God, you're abiding in him and his word abiding in you, then you'll see that you'll be able to get to God. In other words, you'll get to that destination quicker. You won't be distracted. You'll know that that is really God that you're following. Why? Because you have a relationship. You really know what he looks like. You really know what he sounds like. You really know him. You do. All because you have engaged in a relationship with God. So close the gap. No more distractions. No more having things to slide in, aggravating you, hindering you, blocking you, so you can't see which way God is taking you. Because what happens when you do have a gap and you can no longer see God, you can no longer sense God, you'll be like on your cell phone. You'll be calling, God, I can't see you. God, where are you? God, have you forsaken me? You're calling on God. Why? Because you can't see him anymore. So if you can just close that gap, abide in him, let his word abide in you, gain that relationship with him, get a seek on fleek with him, And watch, you will follow him all the way to every single destination, every single purpose, every single plan that he has for your life. I hope y'all got this, but if you didn't get this thing, rewind and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. Close the gap. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.